I'm an actorholic.
Yeah, man.
I'm an actorholic. Hey, hey, hey.
Yes, welcome, guys. My name is Zerick Dion Williams, and I'm your host of I'm an Actorholic. La la. And tonight, yes, I have a friend, a brother. Man, we've known each other, like he just reminded me, 15 years in this thing. And I don't think he's changed a bit. You know, the same bubbly, just, energetic personality and just all different kind of characters, man. But he's an actor, he's a coach, singer, uh, activist, teacher, you name it. I mean, I believe Coach Wes can do it all. You know what I'm saying? And so, why don't y'all put y'all hands together for my guest, Mr. Coach Wes Lee, y'all.
Woo!
Yeah.
What's going on, Brother Z? Good to see you, man. Glad to be here finally.
Yeah.
You know, we've been talking about this for a minute, and so finally our schedules align, and we can make it do what it do.
So go ahead, Coach Wes Lee. For those that don't know you, go ahead and tell us a little bit about your background and how you got started in this industry.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Coach Wes Lee. I am so excited to be here. I was born Leroy Wesley, but I've been in this game for a good minute. Been singing since I was knee-high to a great, and singing was my first entry. And now I serve as a vocal coach and an acting coach. I'm also a life coach, right? As well as a mental health specialist. And so I get the opportunity to help people become the best versions of themselves. In addition to being all these coaches, I'm also a working actor and a working singer and host and all that stuff. And so I really enjoy those, seeing people win and seeing people be their best in whatever capacity, right? And so my thing is, my mantra for my company is exceeding your expectations in excellence. And so that's what I believe. You have to be excellent at everything you do. Don't have to do it in excellence, right? And so I've been doing this for quite a while. And as I continue to progress from being in elementary school singing and stuff and the talent shows and all that, then doing musicals and plays. And then I went to fine arts school in Alabama School of Fine Arts. Shout out to ASPA, where I graduated as a voice major and studied acting and studied dance and all that stuff. So I've been all things entertainment. I work very diligently to ensure that people understand the business of show business. And I'm not necessarily, when I speak of the business, right, I'm not just talking about the dollars and cents of it. I'm talking about the business that you have to invest within yourself to come correct when you come. Don't come half-stepping. Every time you show up, you should show up in excellence. So that's my job, to really help sharpen us as a people. And when I say a people, I mean this entertainment culture. So no, but it's really case in point. At the school where I work, we have a fine arts program, and you have to audition. And so this past Saturday, I had the pleasure of facilitating an audition. And some of those kids that came in were just kind of lackadaisical about their presentation, just kind of blasé. And I explained to them, every time you show up, you have to show out. Right. Let your face, everything be involved, be engaged in what you're doing. So it's just, and if I'm going to drop a nugget before I release the mic, I guess. Please. One nugget is, remember that every single thing you do matters. Your face, your eye line, your body movements, your posture, every single thing you do on that stage matters, whether it's a theatrical stage, whether it's on the screen, in front of the camera, or what have you. It all matters. I promise you, this is something, ain't nobody paying me any attention. You'll be amazed at how many people are looking at you. And if you're half doing whatever it is that's being done, then you'll stand out.
I was about to say, man, I was about to piggyback. It's never forgotten. Somebody's going to remember whether you monk up or you do well. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But it's going to be remembered, by somebody. Right?
Absolutely. And so, they say you only get one chance to make a first impression, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so you just show up as your best self.
Yeah.
So that's where the life coaching comes in, right? To help people become the best selves that they can become.
Love that.
And so that's a whole another topic. But I'm really on it strong because May is Mental Health Awareness Month. And so a lot of people are not really aware at how vital a part our mental health plays in everything that we do.
Yes.
We've got to be healthy. Create healthy boundaries. Not allow yourself to be in abusive relationships. And regardless of what kind it is, be it romantic or even family or friendships, don't allow it to happen. Set the boundaries and teach people how to treat you. Okay, I'm through.
I love that, man. What a nugget that was. Wow. So obviously we now know that you definitely are a life coach. There's some congratulations due as well, right? You got your doctorate.
Yes.
In that field, or
my doctorate is actually in international humanities, right? And so that's a fancy way of it's a doctorate in humanities.
Wow.
Humanitarianism is what it's called, and basically it's what they call an honorary doctorate.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm told that it's even more prestigious, as it were, than those that you work for. And not to knock those who work for the doctors. By all means, please go for it. Get your paper, right?
Exactly.
But the honorary doctorate is where your peers and those who've observed you over time thought you were worthy to nominate you. And then there's a vetting committee and so forth that goes through and vets you out and sees, is this person really legit? And so there's some folks that said, this guy right here, he's really doing this thing.
Yeah.
And so it's a beautiful thing. It's a real doctorate, right? It's kind of dope. And I'm grateful for it.
Absolutely, man. Yes. Big ups on getting that. How long were you working on your doctorate? How long?
You know what? It's a lifetime. So it was, I was nominated for it. And then there's a vetting thing that goes through. And then if I accept the nomination, as it were, or the recommendation is more accurate, not nominated, but recommended, then if I accept that recommendation, then there's another process that we have to go through. And then voila, Dr. Wes Lee, Dr. Coach.
Yeah. I saw a post where you said, you have what you say. And, just continue to encourage us a little bit about that. You know what I'm saying? Have you experienced in your lifetime, I'm sure you have, but, where you actually just spoke something and then it came to pass?
Absolutely. I'm walking in it right now, bro. I'm walking in it right now. Mm-hmm. Death and life is in the power of the tongue.
Yeah.
And that's a scripture, right? But there are some people that don't believe in the scriptures, and that's okay. That's your belief. That's your choice. But at the end of the day, bro, there's a law of reciprocity.
Yeah. And
so what you put out there is going to come back.
Don't come back.
And I love what Steve Harvey, he talks about. There are two foremen and there are a million workers. Your body, I think he says, is divided into two halves. And so however you say it, that's how it's going to be. You wake up in the morning, oh man, it's raining. It's going to be a bad day. Crap. The foreman said, what you say? Oh, it's going to be another one of them days. He's having a bad day. He yells to the foreman, to the employees. And then everything goes to line up to make you have that bad day. But by the same token, the adverse is true. Wow, I'm so excited. I'm grateful to be here. Wow, such an amazing day. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. You know what I'm saying? Golly. What did he say? Oh, I'm so grateful. I'm so thankful. gonna be a great day. He's having a good day. So guess what? Everything lines up, right? And so I'm very deliberate and intentional with the words that come out of my mouth. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? You better believe it. My children in my class, they know that can't is a cuss word. When they say, oh, he cussing, right?
A curse is actually a curse word. If you think about it like that. So it's like, a curse word, because it's negative, right? Man, I'm so...
And let me just finish asking your question. But you said, am I walking in my words? Yes. The one of my daily affirmations is that I am an internationally known, highly respected, and sought after entertainment professional who is paid handsomely for my services. That's happening. I'm walking in it, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Be a point blank.
Amen.
Amen. And not just the affirmations, but just it's really a matter of perspective.
True that.
I was reading some of the crossover posts by CeCe Winans, and she was talking about how you can speak life or death out of your mouth. You just lose your job. Or instead of saying, oh man, I lost my job, what am I going to do? God, I thank you for my new job.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, it's really all about how you look at it.
Yeah.
Is this glass half full or half empty?
Yeah. And it's it's that genuine belief, man. Like, believing like right now I'm taking I'm not thinking about it. I know I'm gonna take my next breath. You know what I'm saying? Doc, do you have an agent, manager, or are you handling your career on your own?
Well, I actually do have representation. I'm represented by Ultimate Model Management and Talent. And it's headed up by Ms. Rose Battle. And so we out here working.
Yeah, man. How was that like? Because a lot of people don't know the processes of getting an agent. What was it like for you obtaining your agent?
Okay, so now before I go there, let me piggyback on that too. But do keep in mind, whether you have an agent or not, we, the actors, still have to do our own work. We still got to be diligent.
Yes, sir.
We still have to go and submit ourselves and so forth and so on.
Yes,
now,
sir.
I did find out from some casting directors that a lot of times you're not even considered if you don't have an agent. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. So, but for me, the agent process, sometimes it's recommended, which is the case for me. And so then you meet them, and sometimes they have you audition. Sometimes they have a conversation and they peruse your social media or whatever it is you got going on. And then you guys look and decide if it's a good fit. One of the things I would recommend, though, when you're seeking an agent is to check out their roster.
Please.
Check out their roster. Why do you say that? I'm glad you asked. You check out their roster because if there are 10 other people that look like you,
they're not going to, in most cases, is what?
Then, all y'all probably won't be sent out for the same audition, or if you are, then that's 10 folks within your agency that you have to compete with, right? But if you are the only silverback, as my homegirl calls me, or gray-haired guy or what have you in your agency, then you have a better chance of being submitted for those types of roles, et cetera, et cetera. So it's that sort of thing. So do your research.
Yeah.
I am a praying person, so I believe in praying and allowing God to lead me. And then peace, I believe, is a great intuitive tool that God uses to steer you in the direction that you should go.
Now, I definitely want to move to your one-man show. Transparency.
Yes,
right?
sir.
Yes, man. Let's talk about that, and also how important is it for you to create your own?
So now, Transparency, my one-man show, it came about as a result of much prodding. I'm gonna be honest with you. I wasn't necessarily just like, I'm going to do a one-man show. No, but I'm always practicing my crafts. I'm always working out. You know, like you see those folks that go to the gym all the time, they're working out all the time. Well, I'm always working on different accents, different characters that I'm working on, and then and my timing and that sort of thing. And some people that have seen me do my thing or have seen me host different events and stuff like, oh my God, you're so phenomenal. You can do everything. You should do a one-man show. Okay. You know, and that went on for a couple of years, right? And so finally in 2019, I bit the bullet and went on ahead and produced it myself. And when I tell you that was one of the most fulfilling things in the whole wide world, since then, it has morphed. I did it once in 2019, once in 2020, just before COVID. Then in 2022, I did it again. 2023, another time.
Wow.
And so far, twice in 2024, right? And since then, the show has morphed. And so what I love about the Transparency Show is that it's a living show. Of course, it's a live show because I'm doing it live, but it's a living show. What does that mean? I'm glad you asked.
Yeah.
That means
I was about to ask.
that it can tell a story. The first show was just simply entitled Transparency, which introduced you to the different characters that I had. It kind of told a glimpse of my life and my past. And then the second show was called Transparency. It is what it is, which is that, you know, that life's going to be life. And so it's really, I spoke about it earlier, a matter of perspective, right? How you look at it.
Right.
And then this latest show that I've been producing is entitled Transparency, Family Issues. Now that show there raises awareness of mental health and domestic violence. So we talk about those things that people don't talk about. They don't talk. What goes on in this house stays in this house, right? And so what's really dope about the show is I use this coin where TED Talks meets Broadway, right? So the show starts with some singing and some dancing and stuff, and then I talk a little bit, providing nuggets and tools to help you become the best version of yourself. Then I'll sing some more and talk a little bit more, right? And I sing some more. And I'll talk about, you know, being a vocal coach. And then I come with the opera. You say opera? Yes. You know, and so it's a very diverse show. It's a variety show, right? And it's entertaining, but it is also engaging and it's uplifting, right?
And educational.
And educational, all of those things, right? And so what I do, and I'm going to run through, once I finish the vocal coaching, I'm doing opera piece and so forth. Then I'll talk about being an acting coach. And that's when the storytelling comes in. With Rupert, who's from London, or who's from England, actually. I was on set and a lady asked me, she said, what part of the UK are you from? I said, actually, I'm from Birmingham. She said, really? I'm from Liverpool. I said, that's very nice. I'm from Birmingham, Alabama. And so she wasn't ready. Well, then Rupert introduces Antoine. Now, Antoine is my alphabet child, is what I say, but he's by the LGBTQ plus community. And he is your stereotypical flamboyant gay man. Yes, honey. Let me tell you something. And then my friends tell me you do that one too good. I said, boo, I do them all good. Hello, good evening. Wait. Okay. And then and so then Antoine, you know, introduces you to Woodrow, who's your stereotypical uncle. Look at that. Let me tell you something. I told that boy, ain't nothing wrong with that car but the Cadillac converter. You understand me? That's what I told him. He told me he got a Honda. He ain't trying to convert you no Cadillac. I said, look at your door. Go somewhere and sit down. And so then Woodrow goes to Jamaica, where we meet Winston from Jamaica. You know what I'm saying? You know. So all these people, they come together and they tell a story. You understand what they're saying, you know? And of course, you know, we got Gertrude, the church mother. Hey, baby, how you doing? So good to see you. Oh, you look so nice. I see you. Look at you, looking like you looking. And so they all tell us so. And I love my grandson, who's Hakeem. from the east side. I shot it real top though. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You feel me? Yeah. And then, you know what I'm saying? Then there is Solomon, who's from Nigeria, who speaks in this manner. There are people from Nigeria who say to me, "Are you sure you're not from Nigeria? You sound like my people." I said, "Oh, no, I'm not from there. I'm from Birmingham, Alabama." So, so they all come together, right? And they tell us a story, and they raise awareness. One of those characters that I just mentioned actually has something called DID, dissociative identity disorder, more commonly known as schizophrenia. So you get an opportunity to see the acting chops, as it were, where he has a schizophrenic breakdown right there on stage.
Wow.
Then I come back and I share my own testimony. You see, my life has not always been so positive. You know what I'm saying? Langston Hughes said in the poem Mother to Son, "Well, son, I tell you, life for me ain't been no crystal stair." So my life was full of tumult and drama. Every form of abuse that you can imagine I experienced, from physical abuse to emotional abuse to sexual abuse to even spiritual abuse, right? They told me I would never make it, that I would never amount to anything. They told me all these things, and I decided not to buy the lie. And so I use my testimony. The Bible says that we overcome by the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony. And so I share my testimony, not just to put my business out there, ergo transparency, but I share my testimony to let other folks know. There's an old game we used to play called Punchinella. Look who's here, Punchinella, Punchinella. It's one of those circle games. But there's a line that says, "You can do it too, Punchinella, Punchinella." And so that's the crux of the show. And I think it's very important, the second part of that question, that you create your own. You create your own. Many times we are stuck under somebody's foot, or under the Hollywood curse, or whatever you want to call it. You're bound by other people. They get the opportunity to control your destiny. They get the opportunity to control what you can and can't do. And I say nay. Right? You got to go out and get it.
Get that thing.
In real life. So I hope I wasn't too long-winded.
Man, I loved it, man. Come on, I'm especially when you started going into the characters, man. You was so captivating, man, you know.
And what's dope,
every character was real. Like I could feel it. It didn't sound fake and
yeah. And each one has their own costumes too. And we change on stage in front of y'all.
Thank God that you have the courage to share your story and your experiences.
Absolutely.
Unapologetically, you know.
Yeah, and let me tell you something. That wasn't an overnight process either. It's still a work in progress, even right now, right? Yeah. That's why I strongly encourage people to talk to somebody, to get those things that may be bothering you or whatever out. Sometimes we just don't even realize. I come to the realization that a lot of people don't know what they don't know.
Yeah.
They don't know what they don't know. They think that it's supposed to be chaotic, but it's not. You know, right. I strongly encourage people to please get some training, get some coaching. Now, there are some of us who have been blessed, and I believe I'm one of those persons who has been blessed with an extraordinary gift or some extraordinary gifts to be able to sing impactfully. You know what I'm saying? To be able to captivate audiences and so forth and so on. However, even with all the gifts and things that I have, the coach has coaches.
See, they say you're never a master of anything. You always can learn from somebody, right?
I'm trying to tell you. You know, and it's very important too to get that other set of eyes on you. Yeah. Because we don't know everything. No, once you know everything, once you've arrived, then it's time to die.
Yeah. Yeah. Is there a role you wouldn't play?
it just really depends um, on the purpose of the presentation, right? I played the role of a pedophile in a movie, and it was one of the, to this day, and I played everything from Jesus to the devil, or God to the devil, and all points in between, right? But this role, this pedophile role, was so intense. But I chose to do it to tell the story. So it has to be the purpose, the reason for it, right?
Yeah.
And I allow peace to be my guide. Things to be mindful of as you accept roles, even if you are to do them effectively, then you have to embody those characters. Okay? And so by so doing, then you take on all of the emotions that are associated and affiliated with that role. And so being in that pedophilic, I don't know if that's a word, but in that role, it was yucky to think of me touching. It was crazy.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there was a lot of prayer that took place on that set. There were times we did it as a play, then we did it as a movie. But there were times that after I finished certain scenes, I would be a mess, a wash of tears, because of all of that stuff that I had to deal with. That's why it's so important, guys. If you're an actor, be mindful of the roles that you take on, and then it's it's just like working out, right? When you get ready to go work out, you warm up, right? Then you do the workout, and then you stretch. You cool down and you stretch. That stretch is so important. It's the same thing with acting. We have to decompress. You have to come out of that character, or you'll be that character, whomever it is, whatever type of role that it is, right?
That's so true.
And so that's important. And I'm going to use this example: Heath Ledger. He was known as in The Dark Knight as a Joker, and talked about how villainous he was and how dark that character was. But just before he filmed Dark Knight, he filmed Brokeback Mountain. Now, a lot of people just are familiar with Brokeback Mountain as that gay love story about these two white guys, right? But gay or straight or whatever, the fact of the matter is, those emotions that he had to deal with, those emotions of rejection, fear, hiding, abuse, love and hate and hurt, all of those emotions that he had to embody in that film were very intense and strong and powerful emotions. And I don't believe, this is my theory, that he had enough time to properly decompress from that. He couldn't, maybe should have gone on vacation or something, or did something to get all of that stuff out of him. Some people say, because he was playing that old gay role, that's why. Well, maybe, but I think it's more so not so much the fact that the character was gay as it was the emotions that the character had to deal with.
Yeah. No, it's the latter. Definitely the latter. Oh, man. That's some good stuff, Coach.
I strongly suggest, even when you're taking on such a monumental role, that you surround yourself with at least somebody, a professional, who can help you get out. It's just like if you're going in to do stunt work, then there's a stunt professional there. Yeah. If you're going in for a love making scene, or some scenes that require an intimacy, then there's an intimacy coach. Right. So oftentimes I'm called onto set to help folk get in and out of character. You know what I mean? Okay. There's a method to it. I love, that's one of my loves, to be an on-set coach. You know what I mean? And go in and help the characters. Sometimes they just can't find it. Some of my clients are celebrities, some that you may know, and they may hit me up, I just can't find it. I can't feel it. Can you help me here? And so so we go through and we work it out. We find it. You know what I mean? Because it has to come from a real place. My acting coach shout out to Charmin Lee. One of the things she told me, um, as our job as actors is to make people feel, 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 and so not just to make them believe, not yet to effectively tell the story, but to make you feel. There's some folks that when you hear them sing or hear them speak, you feel them. And the same thing is true for singers. That's the same job that we have. And the only difference is we're saying our lines to a melody.
Yeah, that's it. What are some things you've seen in singers and actors that you consider like no-nos? And what are some things, or what advice could you give? Maybe a couple of things that you've seen in your lifetime. Some of the best advice you can give, both singers and actors.
Copy. No-nos. Don't be a butthole. Don't be arrogant, right? There are some people that they do some background work and they've arrived. I was on set with such and so and so. And then they come and they try to treat you in a manner that's belittling, right? Study to show yourself approved in both the singing and the acting. Know your stuff. Don't disrespect the writer or the director by coming to set not prepared.
Yes.
Don't disrespect the audience by not knowing your music. If you're a singer or the engineer, it's a recording studio if you're a recording artist, not a rehearsal studio. By the time them folks get there to see you in concert, they want to see you in full effect, not trying to figure this out. What's up, Erica? Erica J. Wood, shout out. She's a phenomenal actor as well. But yeah, that's just those couple of little things right there. But I have been given a nugget, an acronym that God gave me, I believe. It's soaring to success in stealth mode. And so, a stealth plane, it flies under the radar. It's hidden. When you're in stealth mode, you're undetected. So you're HIDDEN. And so the acronym that I've been given really quickly is H for humility. Stay humble. I is integrity. If you say you don't do it, do it. Or say you can't. D is drive, determination, and another D is just two, discipline.
Yes.
Come on, somebody. Yeah. Don't stop, don't quit, keep going, and keep doing it regularly, right? E is for excellence. Whatever you do it excellently. Don't have to do anything. The 4 Agreements talks about being impeccable with your words. Don't assume anything. Don't take things personally, and always do your best. And as you do your best, if your best isn't good enough, then make your best better by staying.
Come on, man.
Come on. So E is for excellence. Do it in excellence. And the N is nice. Just be nice. You'll be amazed and surprised how many doors open for you by you just being nice, being kind, leading with love. You get what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So one of those no-nos is just, being puffed up and that sort of thing. I'm always speaking from the perspective of a Christian man, right? So let God exalt you. Don't exalt yourself, and the last shall be first and the first shall be last. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. And just treat people with respect, because let me tell you something, you never know who it is. That person that may be cleaning up that that gum off the floor, off the ground, that you walk by, and it's rude to, that could be the CEO. And remember this, your audition doesn't start when you get into the room.
Come on,
you know what I'm saying? You never know, but your audition starts from the moment you hit that submit button. That's when your audition starts. And then when you get there, make sure that you're pleasant.
Yes, sir.
You get what I'm saying? Girl, yeah, I told that joker, I ain't the one. You got me all the way messed up. I was going, excuse me. Listen. The next premiere that I have coming out is on June 1st.
Okay.
And it's of a movie entitled Intrusive. and it's a psycho thriller, and it's dope. I'm gonna
Are you
jump
playing the
to
side?
absolutely not. But I am the father of the bride in that movie, and it's really nice piece. It's a Reed King production, and it's June 1st. I'll put the stuff on my social media. I encourage you to come out if you can. And it's a lot of things that I got going on. I'm going to be really being more diligent myself. One other nugget I would suggest to guys is let's clean up our social media.
Yeah.
Make sure that it's deliberate and purposeful. I know I got a lot of stuff, just random stuff on there. So you'll see some changes over the next few days now that I'm out of school, and I can use some of that time to, really focus in on doing those things that we talked about earlier, promoting myself and that sort of thing. Also, Transparency Family Issues can be streamed right now.
Really? Oh, wow. Tell us.
On tlatmedia.com. TLAT media.com. And there's you can subscribe for free. There's also a yearly subscription that you can do and get some of those pay-per-view things. And to download or to stream, you can rent it for something really minimal, or you can buy it really cheaply. But yeah, it's worth it. One of the shows that I did, I was graced to have my brother Tim Latners over at T-Lat Media to film it for me. What's up, Julius and Uncle Vicky? How y'all doing? Good to see y'all. But listen, tlatsmedia.com. You go over there and stream it for yourself. Do so, please. Yes. I appreciate it. And then also keep your eyes and ears open because I got another live show coming really soon.
Yes, please, guys, go and support brother Dr. Coach Wes Lee. Why don't you share your handles, social
Absolutely.
handles?
I'm Coach Wes Lee on everything. That's Coach, COACH, Wes Lee, WESLEE. That's Coach Wes Lee, right? And those three words, not being shady, but if you Google Coach Wes Lee, you can see a lot of the different things I have going on. Working on my website even now still. But at Coach Wes Lee is everything on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok.
It's been a pleasure, Coach. Hey, guys, thank you for joining. Please join me on my social handles at Actorholics Pod on all the social handles. So thanks again, Coach. Love you, man. Keep soaring and keep doing the best, being the best, and never settling for less.
Thank you, Doc.